I like to read from one as compared to another one, like the American Rifleman. So we'll check that out too. And I would also like, if you've had a story of self-defense, true story of self-defense, whether it being at your home, in your car, on the street, whatever, I'd like to hear about it. You can stay anonymous if you want, but I'd like to hear what happened, what you did, how you got out of it, so on and so forth. So that'd be pretty cool. Bill Whitmire, Republican chair for Milam County, was going to be in, but something came up. He got tied up and is unable to come in today. But we're going to have Mac the mechanic from Quick Wrench Automotive. And he was telling me he's got an article that was showing some great stuff, and he wanted to highlight this article and expand upon it here. So he'll be in at about the 9 o'clock hour, and that's a great thing. And he's been doing a fantastic job. A lot of people not only make comments, but they're going there and they're seeing the service that he provides. It's really cool. So you can check it out. You got free advice from the experts, and so take advantage of it when you can. I have a very important question because it seems to be causing a major problem. Is it okay to be white?
I don't think we can change that.
But is it okay? I got people in Massachusetts and in Oklahoma posting a sign or a flyers that say it's okay to be white, and it's causing an uproar. People are considering it a hate crime. People are calling those people racist. I don't get it. I'd like to hear your opinion out there, ladies and gentlemen. Is it okay to be white? Can you write a sign that says it's okay to be white? If Black Lives Matters, isn't it okay for us to be white? Just kind of curious on that. Ivanka, I said this last week, Ivanka says her dad is kind of like Thomas Jefferson, and I'll read a quick snippet from the article to give you an explanation as why, and I agree. We have Pelosi warns the far left to back down. Gee, I wonder why, because they're radical. Pelosi used to be the radical. Just think how far past her they are. And this woman not only looks like a wax mannequin who's melting in a hot sun, Pelosi, yeah, but
Yeah, that's true.
You can see she's walking this really tight line to keep everybody happy on her side, and it's falling apart. All this stuff about impeachment is falling apart. We got whistleblower information, the whole works. So I'd like to hear everybody's comment on that too. Any input, insight that you may have concerning that, I'd like to hear about it. Let's see what else we got on the list here. Once again, Biden so confused, he's confusing me. Okay, he's talking about treaties that have happened, and we'll discuss his gaffe there. You know, people make gaffes. I get it. But what if he was president, and he makes a gaffe, press the button, when he really meant don't press the button for nukes? I mean, I'm exaggerating here, but get the point. He could say something really stupid. I don't trust it. He's getting older in age. He's making way too many gaffes. I'm uncertain of his stability when it comes to his mental faculties, and I'm sure a lot of people are too.
Well, I don't think he's his own man. I think he listens to people that tell him what to say, and he's trying to remember, and he just doesn't know what he's talking about because they're not his own thoughts.
I agree, because a few weeks ago he had a closed door meeting with his investors, his donors. Okay, so interesting that you have to have a closed door meeting to the people who are funding your campaign, because they're probably saying, listen, Joe, I'm spending a lot of money for you to be president so that when you're president, you'll not forget me and do what I ask. Now you compare that with Trump, and Trump's got his own money, spends his own money. He's beholden to nobody, and he's
his own man.
He's his own man.
He's his own man. He says what he thinks, and he's he is himself. And Biden is not. I think he's trying to please everybody else and do what everybody else wants, and he cannot, think about what he knows is right and wrong. He doesn't know what right and wrong is.
What's your thoughts looking at this man, Biden, and he tries to appear as though he's young and all this, whereas you're not young. You're 70-something years old, and you look good for your age, okay? But be more refined and stop worrying about trying to be so fancy. We have a lot of people going on talk shows at night. They're trying to be hip and get the younger people, and I know you got to do that to a certain degree. I know it's important. But sometimes people like to know there's somebody with stability, somebody who's a rock.
Yeah, I do not think he's stable. That's true.
All right, the opinion piece today, staying in your lane. Interesting weekend which brought up this opinion piece. I think many of you out there are going to enjoy it. How about this one? Epstein may be dead, but the story hasn't died along with him. Okay, it keeps coming back up. And we've got the autopsy, and I know you've heard about this last week, but I've got the article here. We'll touch on it. I want to get your phone calls. We've got Democrats polled, and it looks as though Hillary would come in at top over all other candidates right at the moment. She's to jump in right now. You've got Ilhan Omar, supporting Bernie and says Bernie will fight against Western imperialism. I have a major issue with that. Just, the United States of America has built up so many countries around the world. We've policed the planet, and we get this kind of crap from one of our own. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will continue on. We'll start out with our devotional, and we'll take it from there. So we'll see you on the other side.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Petros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, November 4th, 2019. Matt, your host here. If you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. And once again, We've got a fresh video posted up there on Facebook and YouTube. You go to Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, like us on Facebook, share the video, tell everybody you know about it. It's pretty cool. It's a great observation of how to handle things in a certain situation. Not saying that's always the method. That's one method of many. But check it out. I think you'll find it interesting. Also, the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get those numbers up. It really helps us out a lot. If you like this show, if you want to participate in this show, small things make a big difference. And you subscribing to the channel, liking this on Facebook, sharing it with everybody you know, those are big things. And supporting the sponsors who support the program. That's another key thing, too. We put out a product here that hopefully people are enjoying. If not, I'm sure we'll get calls about it. And the sponsors may not agree with all the things that we say all the time, but they have good faith in the program and want to be part of it and support it. And we ask that you, the listener, support them who support us. It's a circle of life, okay? We help each other out.
One thing I wanted to say about the YouTube video that I watched this morning that you posted was that you changed magazines in the in the process of your self-defense. And what happened was you put the magazine in the gun, and it didn't go in all the way, so you had to correct for that. And then you corrected it and then went on about your business. And I think that was pretty interesting.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me clarify on the mag part. What happened was the round went in, it didn't fire. It was a dud.
Oh.
And so I'm slamming up on the magazine. It's what that acronym sports.
Right.
And we're slapping up on the magazine just to make sure it's okay, re-racked it, because you notice we're just messing around. We put 5 rounds in all the time, just so we don't stay there all day. And you notice there's 4 shots after I racked the one.
I did notice that.
But that's good observation.
Yeah.
Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. That particular situation that she just spoke about is something that's very important to do. Not only the mag change, which Susan does very well, by the way.
You had the magazine in your pocket or somewhere on you in order to change magazines.
Right. So that's a good skill to learn, and you do that very well. All right, so check it out, like it, and share it with everybody you know. Susan, I'll tell you what. Let's hit on the voting. Let's talk about a couple of propositions.
Voting, tomorrow is the day to vote, and there's one proposition, Texas Proposition 4, that's really important, and it's kind of an opposite kind of a. They have it stated on the ballot in an opposite way. So when you vote yes to Proposition 4, you are prohibiting the state from levying an income tax. So if you vote yes, you're voting for no on the state income tax. So it's kind of a backwards, weird thing. But when you go to Proposition 4, if you don't vote for any other proposition, vote yes on Proposition 4 so that we can prohibit a state income tax.
Absolutely.
We do not want that here in Texas.
No, we do not.
And that's why a lot of people are fleeing to Texas, because we do not have a state income tax.
Isn't it Rayford who always calls up with the updates? I'm missing.
Yes, Rayford's. But don't forget to go, vote tomorrow. Look at them.
Whichever
look all
gentleman.
the propositions up on the website, on the internet, and go in informed. But on Proposition 4, vote.
That's right.
Yes.
And those gentlemen who usually call up, reiterating this, give us a call. Put in your reminders there as well. 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Let me do our devotional. It's always great to get the day started off the proper way. Ladies and gentlemen, I give devotionals Monday through Friday, every morning, very early in the morning, to a long list of people. Been doing it for years. And I don't know, I just feel led to do it. And I've been blessed with the opportunity here to do it here as well. So I'm going to do it here. If it makes you squirmish, like I always say, turn down the volume or, stick with us and keep the volume up. But here it goes. It starts, good morning. To those of us who are Christians, we are taught the way of Christ to hopefully become good ambassadors for Christ, to be a good representative of Christ. In the process of learning, we are taught how to respond to others in situations that may arise. The key word is respond, not react. Now, here's a quick reference between the two. There's a huge difference between reacting and responding. A reaction is typically quick, without much thought, tense, and aggressive. A response is thought out, calm, and non-threatening. A reaction typically provokes more reactions, perpetuating a long line of hatefulness with nothing accomplished. So let us learn and study more of the word, that our actions may be a perfect response to a situation and not a clumsy or unsought reaction. And I get this from Matthew 7:20 and Psalms 119, verse 5. They read, "So then, you will know them by their fruits." Psalms 119:5 reads, "Oh, that my ways be established. Oh, that my ways may be established to keep your statutes." So that's what I have there, and I close with have a blessed day. So ladies and gentlemen, use it how you can. Share it with who you want. Plant the seed. Let the good Lord do the watering. Don't cram it down anybody's throat. And just lead by example on that one. Might as well go into our quotes. This is going to be fun here. This is somewhat current, not too current, but I think you should know who this is. If you can tell me who the author of these quotes are, we'll give you a nice coffee mug, Logic Nation coffee mug. So every morning and when you're getting your warm cup of Joe, you can think of us here and give us a call and say, hey, my coffee tastes a heck of a lot better being in my coffee mug. Quote number 1. My life is complete opposite of everything I want it to be. 2. Nobody tells me it's them, not me. If it's anybody, it's me. 3. If she can't find me, she can't break up with me. 4. Don't you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me and have access to my dementia? 5. I was in the pool. 6. The sea was angry that day, my friends. And finally, I'm disturbed. I'm depressed. I'm inadequate. I got it all.
Is this Biden?
So if you can give me a call here at the studio, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442, and you tell me who that author of the quotes are, you get yourself a Logic Nation coffee mug, okay? That should be a lot of fun. I would think the phones would be ringing off the hook real quick on this one. This one's a good one. These are standard lines, well-known lines that people should get. Okay. I forgot to mention another highlight of the show. I have a transgender woman violently attacking a 79-year-old man with a stiletto, her stiletto shoe. Is that correct? Stiletto shoe?
Yeah.
High spikes?
Right.
Because he was preaching on a subway. This was in New York. So we'll talk about that later too. Now, I want to start with some true stories of self-defense. This is coming from the Concealed Carry magazine.
I love true stories of self-defense.
I do too, because I learn a lot. This one's short and sweet and to the point. A Houston man was walking to his car about 2 a.m. when he was accosted by a man pointing a sawed-off shotgun at him.
Oh, wow.
The citizen quickly drew his legally carried pistol and shot the assailant, disabling him and stopping the crime. Police have declined charges against the defending citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever had a sawed-off shotgun pointed at you? If you haven't, get a couple quarters and put them together and look at the size of those quarters. That's kind of what it's going to look like when somebody's pointing a shotgun at you. So this guy's got the drop on him. He's pointing a sawed-off shotgun, and this guy, the defender, is either incredibly fast and good or extremely stupid. One of the two. I want to say he's extremely fast and competent. And he was able to draw from concealment. That's where my mathematical formula comes into play. M plus M equals RT. If you're mentally prepared and mechanically sound, and what I mean by mechanically sound is you know how to use your weapon and you know how to draw it from your concealment or open carry type of holster, because don't forget, if you got clothing over your gun, you got to clear the clothing, acquire the grip, draw the weapon from the holster, get it on target, squeeze with accuracy.
It seems to me like the guy with the shotgun could just have, he would have been ready to shoot already. And, it takes a lot of guts to take your gun out and shoot somebody that's already got a gun pointed at you.
That's right. It's only a mental thought process.
A shotgun is not going to miss.
It really does. It takes a lot of guts. You're either extremely pissed off and the adrenaline pumps so fast that you don't care that you just do it anyway. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue on with this, the true stories of self-defense.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, quickwrenchautomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Psst. Yeah, you. It's me, your heart. Listen to me. We've got to talk. High blood pressure is serious, and yours? Whoa. What happened to us? We used to be so much more active. But lately you've been ignoring me. I know you think I'm just gonna keep ticking away forever, but you're wrong. You can do so much more to control your high blood pressure. Doing the minimum isn't doing enough. I'm under a lot of pressure and can quit whenever I want. Bet you didn't know that. But I like my job. Just treat me better. Check on me. Give me something green to nibble on every once in a while. And maybe we can do some exercise on occasion. Let's get to it. After all, we're in this together.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
I was visiting my 75-year-old aunt the other day when her phone rang.
Hello? It's you again.
She seemed nervous.
Well, I don't think I need any more life insurance.
The caller was doing a great job keeping my aunt on the line.
Okay, so you need my credit card number?
My aunt went to get her purse, so I decided that I would ask a few questions. Well, as soon as I introduced myself, the caller hung up.
Gruff the Crime Dog here. Recognizing the signs of fraud can be difficult for older people. Often they're very trusting and consider it impolite to hang up. The National Crime Prevention Council wants to educate seniors so that these scams can be reported to local law enforcement agencies.
Financial fraud can include identity theft, fake check and wire transfer scams, investment and credit card fraud, and online charitable solicitations. Unfortunately, only 1 in 5 of these crimes are reported. To learn more, go to www.ncpc.org. That's ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council and the U.S. Department of Justice.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Today is November 4th, 2019, one day before voting. Tomorrow, November 5th. Be sure to vote. If you want to be on the show here today, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. You know, ladies and gentlemen, there was, I wrote an opinion piece called Don't Be a Security Leech. And what it was talking about was there are people out there who are afraid of guns or don't want to talk about guns or think they're a nuisance or a hassle or not important until it comes to the point when they need to be protected. And then they're screaming and asking and praying that somebody with a gun is going to come and help them. So just want to make it clear for those who may think this is not a necessary topic, I would highly disagree due to the fact that one day, God forbid it happens, but one day you may be accosted to some degree or another, and you're going to wish you had some skills to protect yourself. So we'll just leave it at that. If you want to give us a call at 866-89-LOGIC. I want to continue on with some more true stories of self-defense. And
well, and I have to add that it's always good to be prepared. It's just common sense to be prepared, and it's not bad to know how the tools work that you're using. I mean, a gun is just a tool, just like a drill or a hammer or anything else. And it's good not to be ignorant of the tool, because you can use a hammer to kill somebody, you can use a knife to kill somebody, but the gun does it, fast. And if you're prepared, you're able to defend yourself.
That's right.
Just like the guy that's trying to, kill you or whatever, or harm you or whatever it is.
So hopefully you will use this information in a manner that is a way to protect yourself.
It's education.
That's right. Okay, story number 2. Washington State homeowner stops burglar. Hearing banging noises outside his home early one morning, a Ferndale man took a gun with him for protection while investigating. He found a strange young man had broken a rear window in his garage and entered a fenced area. The burglar submitted peacefully to the owner, who held him at gunpoint for responding police. The offender was arrested without incident on burglary and malicious mischief charges. Now, I know you know the answer to this one, Susan.
I do.
Let's get the collective collective gathering of everyone and say what's the answer or what's the comment on this. He went to get his
gun
first. There you go. Story number 3. Texas homeowner shoots man breaking into home. A Bowie County man heard unusual sounds at his back door at about 9:30 one night. On seeing a strange man trying to break into his house, the homeowner fired a single shot and wounded him, ending the criminal invasion. County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the incident and have not charged the homeowner. The guy who is in the process of breaking in. And so he hears the noise, and obviously the homeowner had his weapon with him at the time, so that's great. He heard a noise, got his firearm, and took care of business. So good deal for him. And last story here. Armed Georgian, is that how you say it? People from Georgia? Georgian. Drives off 2 armed robbers. When 2 hooded and armed men entered a Waffle House, drew handguns and demanded money from the cashier, an armed customer was having none of it. He promptly drew his own pistol and fired on the duo, putting both to flight and ending the robbery. No one was injured in the incident. I got a couple comments on this one. The first one is, for someone who doesn't like firearms or doesn't want to learn about them or train with them or is bored by them or whatever, I'll bet you if you were in that Waffle House and these guys break in with guns and all that, that you're grateful for the one who did decide to train and carry and possess and know and learn and understand so that he could have pushed those guys away using his firearm. Now, the negative side is he needs to train a little more, okay? Because he fired shots, nobody got hit. So if you're going to carry your firearm, make sure you train well with it and you're proficient with it, because every bullet that leaves that gun has an attorney attached to it. And if they hit the wrong objects or persons, your attorney fees skyrocket, your freedom's probably suspended, and so you want to make sure that you know what you're doing and know how to handle your firearm, okay? So there you go. True Stories of Self-Defense from the Concealed Carry magazine. It's a good magazine, by the way. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. They got current articles on all sorts of things, current weapons, things you can check out. Let me repeat the quotes. See if somebody can call up and give me an answer to the quotes. Quote number 1, my life is a complete opposite of everything I want it to be. 2, nobody tells me it's them, not me. If it's anybody, it's me. 3, if she can't find me, she can break up with me. She can't break up with me. Don't you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me and have access to my dementia? Next one is, I was in the pool. The sea was angry that day, my friends.
I was in the pool.
I don't want to say it like the guy says it and I just gave part of it away because it gives it away.
Well, I'll say it.
I'm disturbed, I'm depressed, I'm inadequate, I got it all. So if you can give me a call as to who that person was who said those quotes, you can get yourself a nice coffee mug, a Logic Nation coffee mug, and start your day with a fresh cup of Joe holding a Logic Nation cup. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got some more good stuff coming up, and we'll hope to get your phone calls, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. See you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in names and numbers.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got two more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
The attorneys at Capolino, Dodd & Krebs, LLP never settle for anything less than you deserve. In America, drunk driving has become the most frequently committed crime, and it happens in Texas more than any other state. If you've been injured by a drunk driver, you are entitled by law to compensation. If you or a loved one has been injured, visit respectforyou.com. That's respectforyou.com. The attorneys of Capolino, Dodd & Krebs, LLP can help you. Call 800-460-0606.
If you're an advertiser, think about this.
Your prospects are bombarded with messages. Some, like TV commercials, can be fun. Some, like pop-ups and spam, are annoying.
And in a crowded media environment, it's important that you stand out.
That's why we seek out great sponsors with products and services that make your life better.
We feature your message in a radio show that's upfront, never background, and we talk about you on air.
It's all about branding and keeping your product top of mind.
So call or email us today.
Be part of the Logic Nation radio family.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Today's November 4th, 2019, one day before voting. On November 5th, talking about our propositions here. Susan will give us a couple of comments on those in just a second here. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social medias at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. And don't forget, we have a video posted up on Facebook and YouTube. So when you go to Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, check it out, like it, share it with everybody you know. YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. It helps out a lot. Now, we had somebody call in for the quotes, and they got it, but they're not going to win anything, and they didn't want to win anything. But you got to be on the air to say who it is to get your cup. So if you give us a call, somebody call back. I'll give you a few more quotes here. My life is complete opposite of everything I want to be. Nobody tells me it's them, not me. If it's anybody, it is me.
Well, he actually didn't get it. He kind of guessed sort of closely, but didn't actually get the person on the, on the guess. So
Okay, so we
he
definitely.
was almost there, but not quite.
I'll give you a hint. I don't need where it came from. I need the person who said it from where it came from. Okay, does that make any sense? This is a big one. Google it. I was in the pool. I was in the pool. Another one that's a key giveaway is the sea was angry that day, my friends. And I'll leave it at that. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, to win your cup. Susan, why don't you hit the
Yep, tomorrow
voting.
is the day to vote. So everybody go vote because we got to get out there and, make our statement. If you don't vote for anything else, vote for Proposition 4. Vote yes on Proposition 4 because what that does is a yes vote supports adding an amendment to prohibit the state from levying an income tax. So what that means is when you vote yes, you're prohibiting the state income tax from the Texas Constitution. So we want to vote yes on Proposition 4.
And, Bill was in here last week, and he was saying that the percentage of people voting is like 10, 11, 12%.
Yep. That's what you got to get out and vote tomorrow. You got to get out. Early voting's over, so get out and vote tomorrow.
Yes, you've got to do it, everybody. I know we all have a lifestyle that's probably crazy and contrary to good scheduling and location of where you can vote, but you got to go out and do it. Otherwise, what's the sense? It's our fault. We can't complain if we don't vote, so we've got to go out there and vote. Now, I've got a question here. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw an article here, and then I checked it out and checked it out again, and then I saw something else this morning, and this is crazy here. It's okay to be white, quote unquote, sign hanging from freeway overpass sparks outrage. A sign reading "It's okay to be white" sparked outrage after motorists spotted it over a busy freeway in Massachusetts. The sign appeared Friday on a busy Massachusetts turnpike and was ripped down after one enraged man claimed it was disseminating a message that excludes people and targets people. Quote, "It's a statement that being white is under attack right now, and it's just not true," the man who ripped the sign down told the local media. "Being white is such an advantage in this society. To suggest otherwise is straight up racism." Well, then you can call me a freaking racist. Let me tell you what. I got a story where I come from. I'm a white male. And where I came from, I worked just as hard as everybody else. I had no favors given to me. What I got, I worked with the sweat off the brow, and I worked right alongside many other people of color. So these people who got an issue got their heads up their fourth point of contact. All right,
what are we supposed to do? We were born white. I mean, what are you going to do? Change? I mean, how are you going to, you got to like who you are.
Well, this other one here in Oklahoma City, the law enforcement's looking at a flyer that's put up, "It's okay to be white," as a hate crime. It's ridiculous. I've got a caller on the line who thinks they got the answer. So let's see if they definitely do have the answer or not when it comes to the quotes for today. And Nate, welcome to the program. Thanks for listening. Who do you think it is, buddy?
It's George Costanza.
What gave it away?
The pool quote. If you didn't get that, then you probably never seen the show.
That's a terrible thing. I don't know if every guy's gone through that situation, but I'm sure it can be given to a whole bunch of guys in that situation. So we can feel for George in that state. Okay. Do you know where Ed's office is here in Temple?
Yes.
Okay. You come on up to the office here. Sister will have it up front. I'll have your cup, Logic Nation cup up there, and you can grab it. And if you get in here during the show, come on in and say hi.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for your call. All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue on with this, is it okay to be white or not? See how they're saying.
Excuse me. I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in the pipeline. But nada. Nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So, I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume, and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here and do this. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up, just like that.
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Olivia from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that mommy and daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, November 4th, 2019. Matt, your host here, Susan Sturrell with me. If you want to be on the show today, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, before the last break, for the other segment we were just in, I had talked about an article I saw here. It's okay to be white sign. It was a sign. It's okay to be white, hanging from a freeway overpass, and it sparks outrage. And the sign appeared Friday on a busy Massachusetts turnpike and was ripped down after one enraged man claimed it was disseminating a message that excludes people and targets people. Quote, "It's a statement that being white is under attack right now, and it's just not true." Well, I think he's full of you-know-what. The man who ripped the sign down told local media, "Being white is such an advantage in this society. To suggest otherwise is just straight-up racism." Ladies and gentlemen, there's a man called Martin Luther King. Remember him? We all honor him, but we don't seem to listen to him. And you don't judge a person based on their color. You base it on their character, okay? If you got 2 resumes on a table, you pick the person with a better credit or the better skills or the more experience or just the better resume, something that's packed. That's how you pick it. You don't say, well, I want to bring them in here. If one's white, one's black, one's yellow, I'll choose from there. And I have to pick somebody of a different color because it's a quota or something. I pick it based on the character. I base it on abilities and all that. So when somebody says it's okay to be white, what's racist about that? It's okay to be black. It's okay to be yellow, to be red. Doesn't matter. The people out there who rip these signs down, they got issues. I say the people who bring up racist are the racist. And when I look at it, when I hear it, I go, why do you even have to bring up the race card? Why? What's the deal?
I think this is more not only a racist issue, but it's a First Amendment issue, in that we should be able to say what we want without someone coming and ripping our sign down, because there is freedom of speech in this country. And that's important, as I think that's overly important than the race issue there. It's about what he's saying, and he has the right to say it.
Now, if the sign's coming down because it's an ordinance in place, okay, I get that. I think there's actually an ordinance, people putting signs up on telephone poles. But you see the staples, 1,000,001 staples in a telephone pole, probably because they're not there long enough for somebody to write you a citation. But for somebody to freak out over a sign that clearly states it's okay to be white, well, man, it's okay to be black. It's okay to be yellow. It's okay to be red. What's your freaking problem? Why do people have a problem with color? You should be having problems with issues. The issue of racism is a self-perpetuating thing because people continue to discuss it. Media divide and conquer. They just want to stir it up. They want to stir the pot. Martin Luther King, based on somebody's character, not the color of their skin. We honor a person for what he's done in his life. He dies promoting what he believes, and yet we still do this crap. I don't get it. Give me a call. 866-89-LOGIC. Now, the one in Oklahoma, these were little 8.5 by 11-inch pieces of paper, just basic papers off the printer saying it's okay to be white. And now they're looking at it as a hate crime. How do you get a hate crime out of this? And we got a call. Let's see what we got. Got Wally. All right, Wally, stand by. I'm going to be interested to see what you got to say here. Thanks for listening, Wally. You're on the air. I think you're on the air. Wally? How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Okay. It's along the same lines of people taking stuff and perverting it as far as racism. I don't know if you saw the deal about this last weekend, where a woodcutter made one of those Blue Lives Matter flags with the blue stripe in it.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah, you did see it.
Yep.
Okay. And he's ordering them not to take it because it's racist. Since the guy presented it, I mean, not just there, it was around the country presenting it. Woodworkers were presenting it for First Responders Day.
Right.
And now it's racist. And that guy has no courage if he's telling the police not to take it and throw it in. I don't think of it as that. And
Wally, you said something fantastic right there. It's the lack of courage. These people are so worried about offending somebody, they've lost their self-identity. The identity is this. You're an American. I'm an American. I got people in uniform on the streets defending me, hopefully, if they can get to me in time. And you got people out there so freaking worried about what somebody's going to say or hurt somebody's feeling, they can go screw themselves, okay? This is America.
Yeah.
First Amendment. Yeah. Go ahead. All right, Wally, look, I got to take a top of the hour break. I appreciate the call. If you want to call back, I'd love to have you on. But we're going to be back after the news, okay? See you on the other side.
All right. Bye.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got more food in our country than we know what to do with. Food at the grocery store and food in the vending machines, fast food, health food, and seafood. We've got so much food that anything people don't buy, we just throw out. Yet 17 million kids in America struggle with hunger. That ain't right. Luckily, the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks has volunteers gathering excess food and getting it to hungry kids. They're kind of like food angels. Yeah, I made that up. It's kind of catchy. Hello, people. This isn't rocket science. We could solve hunger today. To start, become a food angel yourself by supporting Feeding America in your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. That's a website, duh. We can't do it without your help. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I'm a veteran. My victory was admitting I had PTSD and getting help.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I no longer see it as a weakness, but as a sign of strength. I call it post-traumatic growth.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran. I lost both legs in Vietnam.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was getting my benefits and a good education.
I'm a veteran. When I got out, I felt like nowhere was safe. My victory was finding the help I needed.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
Thanks to DAV, now I feel like I'm human again.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, November 4th, 2019. Stan, I know you're on the line. Stand by. Appreciate your patience. If you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Now, we posted up a new video on Facebook and YouTube. Check it out. Hopefully, it can benefit you in some way, form, or fashion by checking it out, give you an idea of some things you might be able to do for training or what you may be lacking in or exceed in, whatever. It's just a reference point. Check it out on Facebook at Logic Nation Radio. Like it and share it. And on YouTube, subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. And let's see, don't forget, tomorrow we're voting. And you want to for sure vote yes on Proposition 4.
That's right. If you go and do nothing else, vote yes on Proposition 4, because what that does is it prohibits the state from levying an income tax on individuals. So you want to vote yes, not no, on Proposition 4.
Because the other questions, when I was reading them, they seemed you could decipher what the question was and come up with the correct answer. But on this one, like you said, it was a little bit tricky. Okay.
So yes, we want to prohibit the state from levying an income tax because we do not want an income tax. We are taxed enough.
That's right. Now, last break, I was talking about a sign that was posted in Massachusetts and signs that were posted in Oklahoma. Oklahoma saying these signs that says it's okay to be white is going to be investigated as a potential hate crime, which is ridiculous. And Stan will be talking about this in a second. And it's okay to be white sign hanging on a Massachusetts freeway sparks outrage. Why, I have no idea. So let me get Stan on the line, see what he's got to say. Be interesting to see his point of view. Stan, I appreciate your patience. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say that I think what this really is, it's an attack on free speech in this country. The left is attacking all of our rights, that they're attacking our gun rights, our free speech rights. They want to tell us who we can vote for and who we can't vote for. This is the craziest thing that I have ever seen in this country in my 60-something years.
You know, Stan, let me say something here. It's one thing for the media to push it because you know who they are and what they're going to do. What has happened now is that the population has been contaminated and their brains are thinking what the media has pushed. How do you change that?
Well, what we'd have to do is start, and we have to take the schools out of the liberals' hands because that's where they're brainwashing all the younger generation that's coming up to believe this stuff, and it's crap. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
And what's crazy, too, is they uplift Martin Luther King. We have a holiday for the man, and yet they're doing totally opposite of what he's preached and pushed for the character of someone as compared to the color of their skin.
Exactly.
It's hypocritical.
Exactly. I agree completely on that.
They're using the race baiting as a tool to take the sign down, to get rid of the free speech. They're using the race issue and making you feel like, oh, you're just racist, so they can take the sign down and, accuse you. And it's very deceptive. I think that, the First Amendment and the Second Amendment are certainly being attacked.
why in this country can we have a group called Black Lives Matter, but if we tried to start a group saying White Lives Matter, we would probably be put in jail.
Well, I don't know about that extreme, but you're probably close to being correct. But it's true. Why is there a conflict if one race does it as compared to another? How about yellow lives matter, red lives matter? How about this one? This one's weird. How about this one? All lives matter. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty simple right there. But what we have to do is when it comes time to vote, we have to ask ourselves, now who's fighting for my rights and who's trying to take my rights away? And that's an easy question to answer.
Yeah, but Stan, we've got another problem. You've got people who are so dependent on government and wanting to get. They're going to always vote for the people who give. So we've got that problem. We've got ignorance. We've got laziness. We've got a whole bunch of other things that go with this. It's just a big mess.
It is, and it's very complicated. But it all starts at the voting box. That's the one thing that we all can do.
Well, Stan, I appreciate the call. Thanks for listening. Call us again soon. And I've got another caller on the line, so let me get to him before we hit a break. But I appreciate your call. Okay, Darren, I'm going to get you on here. I want to hear what you got to say as well. And I appreciate you listening. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. Listen, I think it's already been said. If not, we should be thinking it. It's about control. They don't care if it's okay to be white sign. They don't care about Black Lives Matter. What they care about is control. And as was just stated earlier, they're manipulating things to make it look like if you don't do what they want you to do, that you're a bad person. And people fall right in line with it. They don't teach our kids any kind of critical thinking anymore. I mean, they learn, but they don't learn to think. And because of that, they're able to tell them whatever they want.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Darren. When you look at the people who push the racism, in positions of power, you have to think about this as a tactician. They're extremely smart. They're extremely well organized, and they're getting their mission accomplished. What my problem is that we're listening, or people are listening and being persuaded and brainwashed. So I get angry with the people. I don't get angry with the crooks and criminals because that's who they are. A shark's a shark, a tiger's a tiger. Okay, you can't change their ways. But a person who is weak in mind and influenced so easily and only reads bullet points and listens to the talking head on the news, on the TV or the radio that is spewing this crap out, I mean, how do you handle that problem?
And you touched on the next point. It's folks don't have a center. Once they pulled God out of the schools, less than 30% of people actively attend church. So there's no real moral center, no rock to say this is what I believe. They're able to be told anything, and they just they go with every wave of the sea, as James 1 tells us.
That's right. It wasn't keep God out of schools for the reasons they claim. They did it because they knew they can get it corrupted, and they knew they could take over and become the God. Government can become the God as compared to God being God in many people's vision. That's my thoughts and beliefs.
Well, we're definitely swimming against the current, but if we don't keep swimming, we're all going over the edge. So I appreciate what y'all are doing, and I'll do what little I can on my end as well.
Go and vote.
If we all do a little bit, Darren, we can all make a big effect.
Voting is part of the free speech, and we need to go and put our free speech vote in there. That's what it's all about.
Well, Darren, God bless you. Keep it up, and I appreciate the call. And give us a call again soon, I hope.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'd like to hear your other comments as well from some other people. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Don't forget, you can stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Don't forget Facebook and YouTube. Check out the video. I think you'll enjoy it. You can learn something from it and share it with somebody else. See you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years, as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Betros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Hello, it's me, the designer jeans in your closet, the back of your closet. What am I doing here? Would you keep caviar in the back of your fridge with the ketchup and old milk? Yeah, I don't think so. So what happened to us? I mean, have you seen my label? I used to summer in the Hamptons, and now I'm stuck behind a pair of sweats. Sure, I never really fit you quite right, and one of my pockets is so small you can't even squeeze your hand into it. But it's all about the look. And I look good. I need to get back out on the scene so I can be seen. You know, going to fancy parties, getting expensive iced coffees, Sunday fun days, okay? So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here. It's November 4th, 2019. Here with Susan Sterl, pusher of paint, poet of photography. Right? Poet, is that what I said? Yeah, poet of photography.
Poet of photography.
There you go.
And-
You're just a multi-talented individual.
Well, thank you.
That's
I
really good.
appreciate that.
No problem. I mean, gotta say what gotta say what's true. Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about it's okay to be white. I had some comments off air about what about the death penalty? Just curious, I'll just throw it out there. What are your thoughts on the death penalty? Here's another one. What about prostitution? Would legalizing prostitution take away some problems, a handful of problems, 50 to 60% of the problems? Is it beneficial to have legalized prostitution? I asked this a couple months ago, and I'll ask it again. Are you for a death penalty? Will it solve any problems? Prostitution legalized, will it solve some problems? Has legalizing marijuana solved problems? Does it get people more organized as compared to dealers on the street? I mean, we can look at this a whole bunch of different ways. Then you got the morality of all those issues. It's tricky. It's tricky, and I don't have the answers. Maybe you got the answers. So give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live, logicnation.us. Social medias at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio. Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Got a good video up there. Check it out too. Like it and share it on Facebook and subscribe to the channel at YouTube. We were talking about it's okay to be white signs being posted all over and people throwing fits. And in Oklahoma, they're considering it a hate crime. You know what's weird about that? In Oklahoma, they just went constitutional carry. Constitutional carry. Nobody needs a license. You can go buy a gun. You can go carry a gun. The only thing is, I think if a law enforcement officer asks to see it, you have to show it or something like that. But there's a couple of stipulations to it. But basically, constitutional carry. Yet here, the freedom of speech in Oklahoma is considered a hate crime. It's okay to be white. How is that hateful? All lives matter. Black lives matter. Is that hateful? You're specifically calling attention to a certain race. Black lives matter. Well, white lives matter too. So do red lives. So do yellow lives. If there's any other color I'm missing, they matter too. People matter. All lives matter. It's a battle of freedom of speech, like Susan's been saying, Darren's been saying. So we've got some challenges. What's your thoughts on prostitution, legalizing it? What's your thoughts on the death penalty? Should there be more of it? Should it be quicker? Should it be a different method? Should it be a different method of execution? They're trying to make death as nice as they can to these heinous criminals who either rape, murder, pillage, burn, whatever it is, to get themselves on death row, okay? And we just lay them there in a gurney, strap them down, make them comfortable, inject them so they don't feel it, and then we kill them. What about a firing squad? What about putting a noose around their neck? What about gas chamber? You know, what's wrong with those methods? They've worked. How about guillotine? Why do we have to make it so nice for somebody who's been so heinous to somebody else? I got a couple calls on the line. Let me see what we got here. All right, we got AJ. Let me get AJ on the line. Mark, stand by. I'll get you in here in a minute. AJ, it's always a pleasure to get you on the line here. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. What's on your mind, buddy?
Big time. I hope all y'all had a great weekend. Beautiful weekend. Great dang time in the country other than the Democrat idiots. Like I was telling Miss Susan, ever since Barack Obama walked in our White House, all we talk about is race, this race, that race, da-da-da. When are we going to just come together and talk about jobs, God, kids?
Well, Trump's trying to do that. And AJ, I got a question for you. Is the White House racist?
No. It's just the Democrats that's up there making it seem like it is.
No, what I'm saying is calling the building there on Pennsylvania Avenue the White House. Isn't that racist?
Well, to the liberals, yeah. I'm not just going to put it to you rightly. That's just to the liberals. If you say white, it's racist now. Black, it's racist. They look like they're in a barn of confusion. They don't know what's racist, and what they're looking in the mirror to show that they are the racist ones. This is the problem we got. And where are the pastors that really come out? I was telling Miss Susan, where are the pastors that really come out and go against the grain of what they trying to do to this country? I've never seen nothing like this since they put the so-called black president in there. And now we got the reports that's supposed to be coming out, the Pfizer, the IG, and I'm pretty sure most of that going to implement Obama. But we're not going to hear from the media. All it is go get Trump. Trump got a rally tonight. I can't wait. And he's in Kentucky. I want him to go and tell them that the Democrats is trying to kill the coal miners' jobs there. Because it's just a joke what we watching.
Well, didn't Obama say during his term that he wanted to bankrupt the coal industry?
Say that again?
Obama in his administration wanted to close coal mines by making them go bankrupt.
They're saying it. But you think the Saudi media going to call and share it?
No, of course not. Of course not.
They're not going to share it. But everybody with a brain knows that's what the Democrats did to the industry. Let's go in this real quick. I ramble on a Monday. You know I am. And look at all the industries that went down when Obama walked in the White House. Everybody failed to watch and saw what happened to all the our dealerships. If you weren't a Republican or conservative, you got taken out. I mean, the guy killed the car industry. He killed manufacturing jobs.
Yep.
The man put more people on welfare than ever. And the media sat there and went, and didn't do nothing and didn't say nothing. Now look at this. That bad mama general weekend in the White House got this country run, economy good, manufacturing back. People can find a job if you want one. The Middle East, he cleaning that up. It really could do better if the Democrats went in the way. And what we get, Trump is the bad guy. Everything, you know, they had a record back in the day. Everything good is bad, and everything bad is good.
That's right.
That's
I agree with
that's
that.
Orwellian, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, AJ, let me ask you something, AJ. Think about all the things that people are upset about. Could you say that it is the things that people are upset about affect them individually? And the second part of the question is, shouldn't we be all focused on what's best for America? Because we have a tendency here. I see a lot of tendency. What's good for me? I'm going to vote what's good for me. We should be voting for what's going to save this country, energize it, make it even greater than it is. But we're so focused on me, I. What do you think?
Well, that goes back to what I was saying, where are the pastors at? The pastors are the key line of our country. They're supposed to keep the people's thoughts together on God. And when you think about God, you think about all the people in the world and try to be nice to everybody. Want to do the right thing by everybody. But when you got idiots in there that's against God, like the Democrat Party had to vote to keep God in their platform in 2012, which people forgot, this is what you have, a division of our country. And then when you put a rat in there like what we had in there for the last 8 years, that helped divide it with the white liberals' help. And you know what I mean by white liberals, Soros, Nancy, Schumer, all them. This is what you get. And until the wrong-minded people wake up and get on board of the right-minded people that love God and everything, this is what we're going to have. And then until you get somebody in the media with some guts to tell the people what's going on, then this is what we're going to have to fight, guys. And we're going to have to fight it tooth and nails because these kids coming up, look what they do. The colleges are mushing their brains out. Half of these kids in college don't know their hair from their neck.
Look, I've had two sons go to college just recently, not too long ago. So I'm kind of current on the mindset and thought process of younger people going to college. And you're right, it's mush. It's craziness. Now, granted, when you're young, yeah, sure, you've got that learning curve. But man, this is beyond the learning curve. I mean, we're talking mush to the point of it's almost liquefied, these brains.
Exactly. So that's why it's up to you to intervene and make sure your sons are not being mush-brained by them liberals, professors that's in the colleges. And then look at the laws. They go on with these colleges. They cut the funding off on these racist colleges that are turning to be racist. You know, the people of America, I just think, man, I can't wait till the voting start. And then we got a vote tomorrow for the mayor's race here in Houston.
AJ, I got about 5 or 7 seconds, so I'm going to say thank you for the call. Appreciate it. And I've got Mark and Con on the line. Please stand by. We'll take a break. Come back and get your call. See you on the other side.
All right, guys.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Every driver has met that guy who resents you for driving the speed limit and respecting traffic signals. You know, the guy who's entitled to cut you off because he always has a more important place to be than you do. That guy who lets you know you're in the way of his mission. That guy who refuses to come to a complete stop at the stop sign because he always comes first. That guy who doesn't think that bumper-to-bumper traffic applies to him. That guy who does everything in his power to make the road a more dangerous place to drive. If you've never met that guy, think about it. Maybe it's because you are that guy.
Aggressive drivers. They aren't just rude, they can be deadly. Don't be that guy. Be safe, drive smart. Sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Here's the way most people think of work zones on Texas highways.
I drive all over the state, and work zones are everywhere. They really slow me down.
They make me crazy. I have to drop my speed from 65 to 55 to 45. Can't they just finish already?
I depend on my cruise control, but every time I come into a work zone, I've got to turn it off and on and off and back on again. It's frustrating.
And those frustrations are understandable. But if people thought about it realistically, they might say things like this.
I'm slowing down and being extra careful because I don't want to cause a crash or get hurt or kill somebody.
Oh, sure, it's a pain right now, but when they're finished, we're going to have the best roads in the country.
Work zone ahead. Fines double. I'm slowing down.
Last year, more than 15,000 crashes occurred in Texas work zones, and more than 100 people lost their lives. So when you enter a work zone, slow down, pay extra attention, and stay away from that cell phone. Be safe. Drive smart. This message brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Con, stand fast. I'll get to you in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442. Mark from Belton, give me a call back, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Don't forget, we've got the video posted up there on Facebook and YouTube. And you want to check it out and like it, share it with everybody you can. And on YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Subscribe to the channel. It benefits us a lot if you like the program, if you're enjoying it, if you're willing to support it. At least subscribe to the channel, like us, and share us on Facebook. Let me get Con on the line and see what he's got to say here. It's always a pleasure to hear from Con. Con, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I would like to see us keep things in perspective. As my history professor at A&M many, many years ago, back to the Dark Ages, he said, let's keep things in perspective. And he described what happened during the Civil and prior to the Civil War. I won't go into that, but I will state that you're talking about cruel and unusual punishment. A man in California just admitted to killing 90 women. They verified 60 women that he killed, and he was sentenced to 2 life sentences. That means he'll be fed 3 meals a day for the rest of his life at a cost of about $100,000 a year to the taxpayers in California.
Yep.
Now let's compare that to what cruel and unusual punishment is. A friend of mine, Alan LaBar, has a death warrant issued against his cousin many years ago in France. The death warrant states that you will produce your tongue or we'll pull it out and it will be cut off. Then you will be disemboweled and then you will be beheaded. Now that, friends, is cruel and unusual punishment. Laying someone on a table, give him a shot, put him to sleep and hope he don't wake up, that's not cruel and unusual punishment.
I don't think it's effective enough, to be honest with you. Look, I'm sorry. I'm getting texts about this conversation too, and I get the points that they're making. We're not that type of person. We don't do that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you, the way it will be effective. Now, this is only for those that you can prove. You got a DNA sample. You got video proof. You got multiple witness accounts where you can make a speedy trial, and it's for sure. There's no doubts that this person is guilty. It needs to be quick, and it needs to be effective, okay? Even if it's quick, if it was quicker, you could stick with the
15 years or 20 years to actually follow through on the sentence.
That's right.
Kind of ridiculous.
Now, if you want to keep it nice and comfortable with an ejection, okay, but make it fast. Make it 365 days and it's done. But the stuff where we wait 15, 20 years, people go, whatever, I don't care. I'll live in jail. I'll figure out a way. I'll become an attorney in jail. I'll be my own attorney. I'll somehow try to postpone it and get life imprisonment and get my three meals in a cot, 3 hots or what is it? 1 hot in a cot? I forget what they say on that. So, Con, I don't know, but whatever we're doing, it's not working. We kill people here in Texas with lethal injection, and we're still getting tons of murders. It's not quick enough. It's not effective enough. It's not fast enough. It's not scary enough to the person who wants to commit the crime.
Well, it wasn't very long ago that a man held a barbecue down in, I think, not Colorado County, but anyway, down there close. He walked around the corner of his barn, and a feller had his little 3-year-old daughter pulled her pants down, and you know what comes next. Anyway, he beat the man to death with his fist. I used that as an example on the Lynn Woolley show, and Lynn's immediate response was, Con, that's murder. Well, my response was, you can call it anything you want to call it.
I call that justice.
He will never rape another little 3-year-old girl. So call it what you will.
I said this before about, there's this thing where, let's say a guy is dating a girl and she's 16 and he's 19 and she looks like she's 18 and it's right there in that gray area and they have consensual sex, but he gets statutory rape and is a pedophile for life, the whole works. I think that's ridiculous. I think what he should do is let his dad take him around the barn for 5 minutes and that'll be enough judgment right there. Don't you think?
Well, absolutely. And I, used to, the father, the uncle, the grandfathers, whatever, they showed up, and that man would never do that again. Now, I'm not advocating vigilante justice, but what I'm saying is, as you just stated, what we're doing today doesn't work. They put the man, give him a 6-month probated sentence or whatever, and then in a year he's out raping other little girls. So our system today does not work. Now, like I say about the guy down there and the little 3-year-old girl, if I was on the jury that tried that man for murder, for killing that assailant, he would never spend a day in jail because I understand what jury nullification is. And I would have exercised that had I been on the jury. But that's enough said about that, I guess.
All right, well, let me ask something, Con. I got about 20 seconds. Let me ask your opinion on this. Legalizing prostitution. What's your thoughts on that?
On what now?
Legalize prostitution.
I don't. I'm on the road and I'm not hearing you very well. So.
All right. Con, I appreciate the call, man. We're going to take a break. Appreciate the call.
Ask me again tomorrow and I'll answer you.
All right. Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, quickwrenchautomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Need to sell your house? Most agents will put a sign in the ground, post it, and pray. My name is Ryan Smith of the Ryan Smith Home Selling Team and Keller Williams Realty. My business is based on getting top dollar for my clients. I believe in that so much that I will put my money where my mouth is. I will guarantee to sell your house in 90 days or less, or I'll sell it for free. I've developed an exclusive marketing system proven to get you up to 18% more money. If you want to know how I do it, I'll send you a copy of my marketing plan for free. 254-213-5335. Using my system, I recently sold a house for David and Janice in Temple's Bentwood subdivision for more than they even thought their house was worth. My system gets full price offers, multiple offers, and bidding wars. That means you make the most money. Don't take chances with your equity. No obligation. There's no commitments. You're not happy? I'll let you out of the program. There's literally no reason not to call us. 254-213-5335. That's 254-213-5335. We are the Ryan Smith Home Selling Team. Call us today and start packing tomorrow.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Thank you. Yes, lost the voice there. And if you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. In the house is Mac the mechanic from Quick Wrench Automotive.
Always a pleasure.
It is always a
It is. I mean, we get to learn a lot of stuff. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Mac, it's always a pleasure because there's so many things. When I want to bug out with my vehicle, it's got to be up to spec because the last thing I want to do is turn the key and it goes, it's not going anywhere.
It's not
right?
going.
So let's talk about it. What do you got? What do you got in the hopper today for us?
I just got some stuff. You know, everybody's fixing to be traveling the road for the holidays. I'm actually going to drive all the way over to Miami, so take my family on a nice road trip and everything. Oh, talk across it. All right, radio talk. So anyways, I just want to let everybody know about, holiday travel. There's a lot of things. You're going to take your family, your loved ones, and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you're not the one on the side of the road. Everybody, it sucks when you're driving down the road. You see that family on the side of the road. Sometimes I pull over and stop. Sometimes I can't, because they're on the opposite side of the interstate. But, are you ready to go on that road trip? So I know I'm fixing to drive 2,000 miles in December, and 2,000 miles is a long ways in a car.
I think you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to deck out my truck with TVs and stuff for the kids, and we're going to try to keep them entertained as long as we can. But, it's going to be I think it's a 22-hour drive.
Yes.
So I'm trying to see if I can do it in one haul. I don't know. I got my old Ram. I'm going to ramp it up and drive down I-10 pretty fast. So I might turn it into 21 hours. But no, some good things to go over. If you're not on my bandwagon email list, you need to get on it. We send out an email every month, helpful things to keep you, entertained as far as what's going on with your vehicle, helpful hints, things to look at. So we're just going to go over a couple things. It's a mailer going out this month. It's for the holiday travel, prepping your car. We've talked about these, so we're just going to go over them again. It's about, getting your car serviced. That's the biggest thing. Things we see at our shop versus what you see. Of course, you're going to open the hood and stuff. You're going to look at the car. You're going to see the tires. You're only going to see like a quarter of the tire from the outside. So you bring it to our shop. We're going to check more than just that. We're going to raise it up in the air. We're going to see the whole tire. We're going to see the brakes on the inside. We're going to peek at those. We're going to see if you're leaking any kind of fluids. A lot of people, we get cars in nowadays, they don't even know that they have a leak, reason being because all the plastic shields that are all under these cars, they catch most of the fluids that are dripping down, so until it gets really bad. So if you're fixing on a 2,000-mile drive like I am, you want to make sure that you're not dripping coolant, because the longer you drive, bigger the leak gets, then you're going to be on the side of the road somewhere down the road, way away from home, and then you're not going to be happy with the repair bill, I'm sure, unless you can find a trusted mechanic over there.
Yeah, a small leak or a small problem is quicker and easier to fix before it becomes a big problem, and it magnifies on its expenses.
Well, it ruins your trip too.
Oh yeah, you got your timeline planned out. I got stops planned. I've got restaurants we want to hit, but hey, temperature goes to hot. That's not the only thing that's going to get hot.
I got a sidebar question here. We're going to talk about all the stuff that you're going to talk about, but let's say you do everything that Max says to do, and then you break down, and you're in the middle of nowhere. Do you got strategies for that you can share with people?
Yeah, it's the cloudy 8-ball's always there on my dash. I can't guarantee that it's going to roll. You roll the dice and you come up sevens, but if you come into the shop, get repairs done. A good peace of mind is you get roadside assistance free of charge with our repairs. So it's a complimentary service we give you. It's around the nation. So all you have to do is make a phone call. A lot of insurance have it. A lot of people don't know that. Roadside assistance, towing. If you got AAA, that's great too. They're all kind of intermingled. But, if it does happen, hopefully you're in cell phone range where you can make a quick phone call. Wrecker comes, picks you up, gets you to the closest shop. Hopefully it's nothing we did, so you don't call me over Christmas break, upset. But it's going to happen. You can't foresee the future. The best thing is being proactive. It's always called preventative maintenance, not it's going to fix it for sure. So you're trying to take care of the problems before they happen.
We're bringing this up. The reason I asked this question is because in 1989 on I-70 going through Kansas, I'm driving a Chevy Silverado pickup, and all of a sudden I'm blowing transmission fluid all over the place, and I'm in Gainesville. Do you know what's in Gainesville, Kansas? Nothing. Nothing's in Gainesville, Kansas. So I'll continue this scary, threatening story on the other side of this break. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC. See you on the other side.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I heard on the news about that 5-year-old who found his uncle's gun. The kid didn't know it was loaded.
I heard on the news about that 14-year-old girl who was bullied online for like a year. She couldn't take it anymore, so she got her dad's gun from his nightstand.
I heard on the news about that guy who broke into someone's house, stole a gun from the hall closet. He accidentally shot his cousin in the head.
She killed herself.
And later, killed the owner of the store he was trying to rob.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, at-risk teens, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you to store your firearms safely. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Today is November 4th, 2019. Matt, your host here. I've got Mac the Mechanic from Quick Wrench Automotive here. Susan Sturl answering phones. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, Instagram at Logic Nation Radio, Twitter at Logic Nation USA, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. And don't forget, on Facebook and YouTube, I've got a video posted up there. It's good training. If you own a firearm or carry one, this is a great opportunity for you to check it out, look at some things that you might not have thought about before, and if you can, utilize it, share it, glean it, like us on Facebook, share it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now, Mac, I was telling a story
about Kansas. What's up there?
Kansas, but basically the whole reason for the story was, what if you do all this pre-maintenance stuff, which we'll talk about in just a minute, and just something out of the blue? I mean, you can't predict everything.
Right.
What's the procedure? And I was telling about when I was driving through Kansas, I made sure my vehicle was up, everything was good to go, because I'm doing a long drive, going from New York to Colorado. And here I am in Gainesville, or near Gainesville. I break down in my truck. So what do? I get my weapon, my knife, my canteen, and I start hitching it. 18-wheeler picks me up and drops me off in Gainesville. Nice. There is nothing in Gainesville. It's just wheat from
as far as you can see, man.
As far as you can see. So using that illustration, what do you do?
Man, that's a tough one. It depends on the situation. In my cars, I try to keep some things that I can pretty much repair whatever. I keep duct tape in most of my cars. I keep baling wire and a flathead screwdriver, Phillips, and then a set of pliers.
But you're a mechanic. What does an idiot like me do?
Oh, farmer boy. The best thing is
hitchhike.
Yeah, hitchhike to the next town that has something. Unfortunately, get a hold of a tow truck.
You know what's funny about that story? I get into Gainesville. There's like one station. It's Uncle Billy Joe Jim Bob. It's got the one pump with the big circular light on top.
This is back in the day.
Back in the day, man.
The little guy comes out and says, "What can I do for you?" I got a vehicle, man.
Okay.
No, it's a hard one. You can call if it's a good time. I help a lot of people out on the phone. They'll call me. Believe it or not, I know it's bad for business for me. Hopefully I get it back in return but people call me with situations.
Oh, no, man. I'm going to tell you straight up. I've got people in my life like you. If I was to call up and I go, this guy helps me, he's got everything and I promote you, it comes back to you tenfold.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, they'll call me like, hey, can you quote me this? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, well, I'm just sitting on the side of the road. I just need to see who I need to take it to. And I'm like, well, what'd your vehicle do? And they'll explain it. I'm like, all right, well, let me walk you through some quick things just to check. And they'll check it. And I'm like, hey, can you grab this? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can you turn it? Yep. I was like, did the car start? And they were like, yeah, it did start. I'm like, all right, well, drive it on over to me and let me check something else out. So I try to help you out the best I can on the phone. So if you got somebody you can trust, put them in your phone so you can call them. Hopefully it's not after hours or something like that.
Okay, Mac, I got a couple calls here. Let me take the uncle, okay? Line 1 here wants to talk about Chicago. I'm not sure where we're going here with this one, but it'll be interesting to see what he's got. How's it going? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I was on the political shows yesterday morning when I was taking care of my elderly mother. And that guy, ex-mayor, was talking about a revolution or a reform battle, is what he said. And those words caught me. I thought I'd bring to your show. What? He's got kind of a point. If things go wrong, I think there will be a revolution or a semi-civil war if people trash Trump.
Well, I hope it's not a revolution. I hope it's a restoration.
Restoration, yeah, like he was saying, reform battle. Maybe we can reform their minds of these liberal Democrats.
Think about this though. Think about this. Let's just say, and I'm not promoting this, no way, shape, or form. But if you had a civil war that was involving hardware, who are you going to assault? Who are you going to attack? Your neighbor? I mean, before in the 1860s, you had the South, you had the North. You basically were all attached to the hip. Here you've got so much transient society. You got people who may agree with you 1,000 miles away. How do you organize?
Yeah, it ain't going to come to that. You're right. You're so right.
So I guess
the other thing you guys were talking about Friday, if I can interject about that one caller where I didn't get a chance to get through to you in time. The wobble of the Earth is in a 3, 5, 1,000-year cycles, and the wobble of the Earth as it orbits around makes a whole lot dang difference about exactly what's going on with the seas and the polar ice caps.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that either because I know when planets line up, gravitational pulls do things because I know the moon pulls. The moon alone does it. So if you have them all lined up at once, it's going to do something too. All right, Mark from Belton, stand by. Don't leave me this time. And I appreciate your call there concerning that. And we'll hopefully give us a call back and we'll talk some more, okay?
Yeah, I'll keep listening to you and I'll butt in when I can.
I appreciate it, buddy. Take care.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Look, no one likes an awkward silence, but it can do a lot of good. So seize the awkward.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Reach out to a friend who might be struggling with their mental health. It doesn't matter how you ask. For more information, visit seizetheawkward.org.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Today is November 4th, 2019. One day before what, Susan?
The voting. Get out and vote. Use your First Amendment right
That's
and
right.
vote.
We'll talk about Proposition 4 in a minute, but I want to get Mark on the line. I don't want to keep him waiting any longer here. And if you want to be on the show, though, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. And I want to see what Mark's got to say here. I think we're talking freedom of speech, spiritual things. Mark, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Thanks for waiting, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, brother. Sorry about a minute ago. I had a doctor's appointment at 8:30. Two quick things before I get to my point.
Go ahead. You still there? Yeah, I think we may have lost Mark here.
At least his car's working, drove out of service.
Yeah, we lost Mark. So what I'm going to do, when Mark calls back, we'll get him on. But let me get Raymond on the line. Raymond, thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. There's this abbreviations. It's EMP, and the abbreviation stands for electronic magnetic pulse. If this does happen, I want to refer this to the mechanic there. If this does happen, all these modern vehicles with all this technology that they have on them, are they going to be useless and no mechanic in the world is going to be able to fix them? And the best thing for a person to have on hand is either a ice whistle or a Colt 45, because if somebody stops, they're not going to try to help you or give you a glass of milk. They're going to try to rob you. Listen, sir, you have yourself a good
Well,
day.
wait a minute, Raymond. No, I'm not going to let you go that easy. I'm not going to let you go that easy. You call up with great questions and comments. We're going to keep you on for a second. I got a question for you, Raymond. Do you think if we wrapped our cars in foil, it would help?
Well, if you do that, the best thing to do is just go on ahead and put you a big old bag of hot dogs and hamburger meat in there, so you can go on ahead and get it all done and get you something to eat while you're at it.
I guess so. Okay.
All right, man. You have a good day, man.
All right, man.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thanks for the call. You got any comments to that, Mac? About foil?
We're screwed. EMP goes off. It's going to disrupt all their resistors and memory boards. And
Now, what about my 1960 military Jeep that has no electronics? It's just strictly
I'll be coming to your house.
No, you won't.
Electronic magnetic pulse. So it disrupts computer systems.
So if they send an EMP over this country, like as a military weapon, takes out the grid because everything's running on electric, it just fries it. Doesn't it just fry it?
Well, one of my points too was you get all electric cars in California and you have all these fires. You cannot drive away from the fire because they've cut off the grid right over there. And so, how are you going to charge your car to get out of there? You going to ride your horse out?
That's hard to say right there.
Look, if people are willing to spend that money for an electric car, okay, whatever. But just remember, gas is where it's at. It's been here.
Unfortunately, it's built into everything. Until it's completely gone, we're not going to find we have alternative sources, but like she's saying, no electricity, no go nowhere. So these electric cars are great and all, but in
there's no
hostage or this situation with the fire,
there's no freezer food. There's no cars. There's no.
The thing is, you need gas or oil to power the plants to give you that nice, clean electric energy.
That's right.
So everybody's like, hey, it's great, but behind it all is still gas and oil.
So in
driving
reality,
all
the
that
more
stuff.
electric we use, the more toxic our environment becomes because we have to burn more fossil
They're
fuels.
ramping up the fossil fuels, man, to power the grid.
Fossil
Unfortunately,
fuel makes the electricity.
I mean, the
absolutely,
fossil
yeah.
fuel still runs the country. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, solar farms are cool. We actually have 2 big solar farms around us. I don't know how much they put back into the grid. So
I wonder how many birds are killed on these solar farms from all the hot rays of the sun coming down.
Well, I tell my wife this, 2 big things everybody talks about, the global warming and everything. Well, think about how much concrete we put on the ground or pavement for radiant heat. And then think about these solar panels sitting there absorbing heat and more radiant heat and reflecting stuff back into our ozone layer. It's kind of like a magnifying glass.
I was saying that about roads. I mean, look at a toaster oven. You know, the little wires that light
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Each road, when it gets hit by the sun, turns into you're toasting your car.
Well, look at I-35, the corridor with all the cars that go up and down and now. The rubber's hitting the ground, the heat. Well, when it rains, I live on the east side of I-35, and the forecast will be totally different for the east side versus the west side.
Always
I know
is.
that's crazy.
It always is, though.
And all it is the Great Divide, I call it now, the I-35 corridor. But there's so much heat coming off of that, going up, and I may get flooded on my side and not a drop on the other side just because of that. And nobody ever takes that in consideration.
What if we painted all the highways white? You couldn't see where you're going.
That's
due to
actually been
brightness.
tested. I believe in California, the city lowered the whole city temperature by like 5 degrees. Instead of doing just black asphalt, they painted it all white with a reflective, and it actually, the radiant heat cut
Now,
everything down.
we were having these discussions about what we can do. We don't want to kill ourselves economically, but you see, that's if it's truly making a problem with the asphalt, then that's
Oh,
an
yeah.
easy that's an easy fix.
Well, radiant heat is way more. We deal with it in cars. Is how the heat
That's
it
right.
just moves through things.
It's
So
like
you-
a wood stove. A wood stove, it heats up the couch. It heats up the coffee table, and those start
Yeah.
emitting heat.
Well, radiant heaters are starting to come on now, where they were really big back in the day, but now they've more efficient now. So radiant heat will be more felt through everything. So yeah.
Okay, look, I got Mark on the line again. Mark, let's see if we can't make this work this time. All right, Mark, you there, buddy?
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man, but let's not lose you this time. What's going on?
I don't have a clue what's going on. I was talking away and I asked you a question and you didn't answer me back, so I have no idea what y'all heard and what you didn't hear.
Well, it wasn't that I didn't like what you said. I just lost you off the phone. So go ahead, recap what you're saying, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, what my point was that we need to change the name of liberals because that liberals, if you look up liberals not anywhere close to what the liberals are today. That's my first point because my parents were liberal in a sense, but and on the Civil War thing, this came up. One of the callers asked about that, and y'all talked about it. My buddy in Portland that just called me Saturday night says that I need to get ready for something because there's Antifa camps out there. He said 1,500, 2,000 people in a camp at a time. They avoid those parts of the city because if this impeachment process doesn't go the way they want it to do, they're going to come after us out there, start burning buildings, burning people's houses, stuff like that. It's all over their local news out there. So there will be an enemy. It's just not going to be who we think it is. My point, and following big time and in front of Mighty Khan was kind of tough, but my point was y'all were talking spirituality this morning and biblical stuff. There's nothing new under the sun, and I agree with the AJ about where are the preachers and where are the pastors and where are the elders of our churches, because all these things that we're talking about today, it's all in the Bible. It's all there for us to read. It's a spiritual decline. We can buy all the guns and ammo and survival gear we want. If we don't get our spiritual house in order, this is not going to be good for our side because things are getting progressively worse. In Baal worship, the part of the Baal worship ceremonies was flat out prostitution, and you had to have.
I'll be honest with you, though, Mark. I mean, there's a lot of good preachers out there, for sure, absolutely. But there's a heck of a lot of bad ones, too, and they're disseminating bad information. I had an article about one supporting supporting transgenderism. That's not in the Bible, man. So if you're going to support this and promote this, that's contrary to the way of a belief. And we got to challenge in that respect. Look, I got to take a break. If you want to hang on, you can. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue on with the show.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Betros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
Or if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals. But I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
So maybe it's time we look beyond the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. I'm Matt, your host. Today is November 4th, 2019. Tomorrow is November 5th, Election Day. Don't forget to vote. Got a lot of propositions there you need to vote on. Make sure you vote on them correctly. We'll have Susan in here give you a couple of highlights on those. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Listen, I asked a few questions. One, what do you think about death penalty? Should it be hanging, shooting, gassing, or just maintaining what we're doing in a gentle, compassionate manner, killing somebody? If you're going to kill somebody, get it done. Okay. What about legalizing prostitution? Would legalizing prostitution take away a lot of the problems that we have here without legalized prostitution? We've legalized hemp and marijuana, right?
Hey, that in my opinion, that's the best way to control something. Just think about if you legalize marijuana across the board. Hey, if you could go to the corner and buy a clean substance at a convenience store.
You can go to the corner and buy anything clean.
That you know is a good product. Why would you buy from somebody on the street? And the tax dollars it generates right now. I don't know if most people in Colorado, since they passed the weed and all that stuff, there was a blue collar law. All the citizens of Colorado got a check in the mail because once you have a surplus of so much tax coming in that they can't spend, they have to physically give it back to the people. And everybody got a check up there in Colorado because of how much money come in. I think this was last year.
That's incredible. That's great.
Yeah, it was like a check for $10.
Now, I want to be clear on something, though. If you could do something that would eliminate prostitution altogether, periods, out of the picture, I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah.
If you could do something that eliminates drugs, all for it, but you can't. Prostitution's here to stay. Guns are here to stay. Drugs are here to stay. So we need to do something to control it to the best of our ability. We're not saying we approve of it. We're trying to control it. We're trying to make it at least a little bit more palatable than it is right now. So that's where I'm coming from. Okay, Mac, look, let's take this segment to wrap this up here.
Sweet.
Tell everybody what you're doing. Give us a checklist of things to prepare. This is extremely important because, like you said, the holidays are coming up. We don't want people to get stranded on there. So what do they do to prepare? What do they do if they get caught off guard? They can come to you, of course. You got specials, the whole works. Tell everybody what you got.
Yep. So just we'll start from real quick rundown. If you get caught off guard, hey, make sure you have in your phone 3 good contacts of a good buddy that can look something up for you or might get you on the road. A towing company in your area if you're traveling, roadside assistance if you have some kind of package, or your insurance company, roadside assistance, or AAA. Make sure you have all those phone numbers handy. Some other things on the email that we're sending out, emergency kit. Just think about if you have your kids in the car or, anybody in the car, your elderly parents or something like that. Think about what you may need if you got stuck on the side of the road and there's 20-degree weather for, let's just say, 2 hours, which is pretty harsh at 2 hours and 20-degree weather and your car's not running. You're going to need blankets, something to keep you warm, something to feed you, water.
Tissues, baby wipes.
Yep, all that stuff. So think about those things before you get in your car and take this long road trip for the Christmas holidays and stuff.
You're bringing this up here. I used to be on a program where they said, where do you want to go? And they would send me a whole package full of maps, and it would be highlighted and show points of interest and alternate routes, the whole works, which is fantastic. Even if you're not on a program like that that'll give it to you, you can do it yourself. And like Mac's saying, in the course from point A to point B, if I do break down, where's the nearest hospital? What about a major city?
People don't know how easy it is with their phone nowadays.
Yeah, so keep your phone charger and keep a charged phone.
Have a battery pack back
have
up
your
to
battery
charge
pack. Your phone is really important.
I see tons of people that their phone's like 10%, 20%. When you get out of these rural areas, you're running on a different cell tower network that's roaming. Not the 4G, it's a 3G technology, so it drains more juice from your battery. So your battery power might be 20% last 2 hours in town. Out in the rural areas, it may last 5 minutes because it's searching for signal all the time. So keep that in mind. Couple other quick things. Know the laws where you're going. I'll tell you a quick scenario. I was driving back through Florida, 12 o'clock at night, probably 1 o'clock at night. I was flying. Shouldn't have been driving that fast. I was young. Well, speed limit back then was like 60. I'm just going to let you know I was doing 90. 2 headlights coming. Didn't think it'd be a cop at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yep, it was a cop. I got a ticket. So, you know what? I couldn't fight it because it was in Florida back then. I lived in Texas. I'm not going to show up for the court date. So guess what? I just paid the ticket and it hit my record. So know the laws. So you may be driving like Texas. We love Texas because, A, you can pull over on the side of the road. A lot of people don't know it. It is against the law to move over and let people pass you.
That's
It
right.
is a solid white line. People are like, oh, no, that's what we do here. And even the state troopers do it. I mean, you'll see everybody do it. It's just a friendly thing. Other states might not. Speed limit, we take fortunate 75, 90 down on top.
And in the state of Texas, the last thing you want to do is pull off on the side of the road to take a nap because you're tired. Do you know how many times there's a vehicle who's going slow, pulls over to the shoulder to be courteous, and all of a sudden it gets crunch time?
Yep.
And there's a potential for accident. If you're the driver behind that person who's pulling over is not being aware of your surroundings and seeing that parked car up front, you're gonna have a major accident.
I agree. So just be prepared, be safe out there. If you want us to check it over, that'd be great. We're at Quick Wrench Automotive, 1402 North 3rd Street here in Temple. We do offer alignments right now on discount for $29.95. I'm continuing the special. So,
oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
What's that price again?
I had a guy call the other day, and he goes, "So how much for an alignment?" I said $29.95. He goes, "Is that per wheel?" And I was like, "No, it's for all 4 wheels." And he goes, "So how much to do the whole car?" And I said, "That is the whole car." And he's like, No, you're not understanding. An alignment for my car, $29.95. And I was like, "No, I'm the cheapest in town." Because some people are $70, some people are $90, some people are $100. Just depends on where you go. So killer deal. Long drives. If your alignment's off, you're gonna wear the tires out. You're gonna pop tires on the side of the road. You don't want to call me that late at night. But anyways, come by. Check us out on the web, quickwrenchautomotive.com. There's chat links on there. There's helpful links. You can sign up to get on my email list. So every month you'll get an email, just some good stuff to read over, prep your car and stuff like that.
How do you sign up for your email again?
Just go to quickwrenchautomotive.com,
Uh-huh.
and then there it's a little tab that says My Garage. You can go in and add in your stuff. Or if you come to our shop, we'll put you in. And
So you
that
add
way-
your email into that website.
Yep. And then
Oh,
basically, if you come to our shop, you get follow-up invoices where you can see what we did. You'll get notifications if there's recalls pending out there. They'll give you car estimate value. It's a pretty cool deal. So it's on my website and stuff. But other than that, yeah, check us out. Like us on Facebook, anything you can. And then also another special, just to give you a heads up, $17.95 oil changes for the semi-synthetic.
I'm bringing mine today.
Is that just for one cylinder?
Yeah, that's just for the front quarter of the motor. All right, so but no.
You only get 1 quart of oil for that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it actually
no,
comes
I'm
with
just
a new
kidding.
oil filter, 5 quarts of house brand oil, which is a semi-synthetic. It's a great oil. We'll top off your washer fluid for free. We'll check your tire pressure. We'll get a general look over. So for about $20, you're gonna get a good check on your car. Get it ready for the season.
Mac, since we're coming into the colder part of the year, if I had to say, Mac, what would be the number one thing people should check because we're coming into the colder weather? You're going from a warm weather to a cold weather probably suddenly. What would be maybe 1 or 2 things people should be looking for?
The biggest 2 things, A, is tire pressure. The good thing is if you have an 07 or newer car and the tire pressure monitor system's functioning, you don't have to really worry about that because it will tell you that the system's too low to drive on. If you have a earlier car, you need to manually check those. So we'll check those for you. Reason being, when you're driving on a low tire, it depends on how low it is. The tire looks like a flat donut running down the road. So it bulges out the sidewall and it superheats it so fast that you can only go 10 miles and the sidewall gets so hot that it just explodes. So, and that's because of the low tire pressure.
And
So-
that's very dangerous. Cause
Oh,
a really
it's
major
super dangerous.
accident.
I was driving down the interstate. My wife was in the car, and I said, "Look at that trailer right there." And this guy's pulling a trailer with a car on it, and it looked like the right trailer and stuff. But his right rear tire on that trailer was bulging out so far. I was like, "I don't need to drive beside that car or that trailer because that's not going to make it very far. It's going to blow out." So,
And you got to be aware. I mean, that's just another thing when it comes to a whole bunch of different aspects of life. You just got to be aware of your surroundings.
Yep.
And that's a perfect thing. Now that we all know, that we all heard, if you see bulging tires, you might want to pass them up. Definitely don't get behind them.
pay attention while you're driving down the road. You'll see tires hopping, but you'll see the ones bulging out. You can look at it. It's weird looking. And then once you start realizing what they look like, you'll start picking up on more and more tires and seeing that. So, but other than that, yeah, drop by my shop, Quick Wrench Automotive. We'll check them out for you.
I got 10, 15 seconds. One more time. Your 2 quick specials, phone number, and we'll call it a break.
$17.95 oil change for semi-synthetic house oil, and then $29.95 plus tax alignments. Can't beat it in town. If you can, I like to see that.
And
So,
you're right across from the old Coca-Cola place, the Perry Office Supply
That's
Building. And what's the number?
254-935-2145. 254-935.
Mac, I can't tell you how many comments I get about this segment. People really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
We're going to take
Always
a break. When we come back, we will continue on with the show. See you on the other side.
Get the respect you deserve with the experienced, tough, trustworthy attorneys at Capolino, Dodd, Krebs, and Cameron. These attorneys get serious results for folks and their families who are unfortunately involved in a serious accident or wrongful death. Check out their qualifications at respectforyou.com, and you'll want to call them today at 254-697-4965. That's 254-697-4965.
Art Coons, the owner of A&C Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to A&C Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. A&C Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission.
Hello, how are you doing today?
She wants more people to register as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor? Yes, I am. My goal is to sign up the most people in the United States.
What drives her? Roxanne's own life was saved through the gift of a heart transplant, made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day that I was going to devote myself to the cause of organ donation and signing people up and honoring my donor by doing that.
Now she's back to health, and she's a powerful force helping to save lives every day through her work. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life.
8 people can be helped with the major organs, and up to 50 people can be helped with a little bit of everything. And when you think about it that way, that you could help that many people, it's amazing. It really is.
Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What, the job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
For almost 2 centuries, Americans have enjoyed the valuable privileges of freedom. Now, freedom needs each American to dedicate himself to its preservation. We must not allow our liberties to be endangered by neglect of our duties as citizens. During this year of rededication, join with your fellow Americans in reaffirming the principles on which this country is founded and the safeguarding of those principles. Make it your business to see that federal, state, and local governments are conducted honestly. Help to maintain the good morale of your sons and daughters in the armed forces. Learn the facts about all candidates and issues. Then vote for the one you believe in. Make the most of every minute on your job. Produce as much as you can, and thus increase our military and economic strength. Work for better schools and a better community. Guard your American heritage of freedom. It needs you.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, November 4th, 2019. Matt, your host here. Got some announcements coming up here. Next Friday, actually this Friday coming up is the round robin competition, aaronsgunshop.com. Check out the website. You'll see there on the home page. Go to the top of the page, click on the link. It'll give you rules and regs on how it works. But if you're carrying a firearm, got a license to carry, whatever, this is a great opportunity for you to enhance your skills, have some fun, meet some new people. And if you win, actually get yourself a firearm, as long as you fill out the form and it all goes through okay.
It's an indoor range, too.
That's right. Indoor range. Bathroom's clean.
That's right. Indoor bathroom.
And it's a lot of fun. A lot of good people there.
It
You
is
can have a
very
good time.
nice.
It's this
Heated.
Friday, and the competition starts precisely at 7 o'clock. I need you there by 6:30 to sign up. And just check it out. If you got any questions, give me a call or an email at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com, or go to aaronsgunshop.com and check out the website in its entirety. The homepage, up at the top there's a link. Also, on November 15th is Ladies' Night. Any ladies who wish to come out there to shoot, the range time is free. And don't forget tomorrow to vote. Susan, give us a quick update on that.
You need to vote. That's our First Amendment right, is to vote. So let's use it and get out there and do the right thing. If you don't vote for anything else, vote for Proposition 4. Vote yes, because what that does is prohibit the Congress, the state Congress, to pass a amendment to start income tax, state income tax. So get out and vote yes on Proposition 4 because we do not need a state income tax in Texas.
No, we don't. That's the last thing we want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bunch of different topics that we've been talking about. You want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio. And don't forget, I've got a video posted up there about, 30 seconds or so?
Yeah.
Not
good.
even. I think it's like 18 to 20 seconds. And it's just a good representation of a possible situation that could happen. It gives you a visual effect of what you can do. So if you're licensed to carry and you're out in a situation like the video shows happens, just a thought or an idea of what you can do.
Well, I also wanted to mention that video, you're sitting at like a table, like you would be sitting at a table that you're eating at.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, you get up and you move after you shoot. And the way he moves and things like that, the things that he does in this video are very telling of how you need to do, what you need to do if you're carrying.
Yeah, one of the big things is movement. It's harder to hit a moving target than a stationary target. That's why we get up. So you can also check that out. Well, it's at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, or check it out at YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Like us on Facebook, share it, and on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And I think you'll enjoy it. Now, we were talking about, should prostitution be legalized? Is it okay to be white? And the reason I say that is there's an article here. It's okay to be white sign hanging from a freeway overpass sparked outrage. And then I also saw in Oklahoma, they've got flyers, 8.5 by 11-inch flyers being stapled to like telephone poles saying it's okay to be white. And there in Oklahoma, a state where they have constitutional carry, are saying it's a potential hate crime for saying it's okay to be white. Well, what if somebody put up it's okay to be Asian? It's okay to be Indian. It's okay to be black. Would that cause a problem? What is it with the whites here? Okay, so I got an issue with that. Remember, Martin Luther King, we praise him, we honor him with a day to judge a person by their character, not the color of their skin. So let me know on that one. Now, I've got something here. I just wanted to read it so I can get it out of here. Ivanka compares Trump to Thomas Jefferson after impeachment vote. It's a very short thing here. It says, quotes, letter to daughter Martha, warning of being surrounded by enemies and spies. First daughter Ivanka Trump drew parallels between her father's impeachment play and the U.S. President Thomas Jefferson's own trouble with enemies and spies in a tweet on Thursday. Following the House vote on an impeachment resolution, Ivanka quoted one of the founding fathers' letters to his daughter Martha, which stated in part, quote, surrounded by enemies and spies, catching and perverting every word that falls from my lips or flows from my pen, and inventing where facts fail them.
That's interesting because people do not change.
They don't.
I mean, that's.
And she
I think
says
that's what
some
Mark
things
said
never
today.
change. Yep.
Never. People don't change. It's been 200 years before, and things are still the same. People really don't change.
So since that's the case, we should just chill out a little bit. We should relax more and say things will never change. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep voting the proper way. Keep yourself informed.
Fight the good fight.
Fight the good fight.
Yep.
Satan's here on this earth. He's manipulating it all. We know how to fight that. Yes, it does get burdensome. Yes, it can wear you down. It can beat you down. But that's why we have to unite, stay together, stick together, stay around positive people. Because if we don't, we'll all go crazy. But this one here about the whites, this is just ridiculous. What drove me crazy on this one was the picture of the guy ripping off the banner from over the highway in Massachusetts. And his quote is, it's a statement that being white is under attack right now, and it's just not true. Well, this guy's a plumb idiot. It is being attacked. The man who ripped the sign down told the local media there, being white is such an advantage in the society. Suggest otherwise is just straight up racism. Well, I think that's a bunch of bull. Because here's what you got. You got women. You got single women. You got minorities. You got foreigners. They all get tax breaks. They get extra bonuses. It's the white American male who's the one who's being assaulted upon. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue on. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC.
divorce attorney, Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got two more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, quickwrenchautomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here, November 4th, 2019. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us, Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We've been talking prostitution. We've been talking capital murder, talking about racism, whole bunch of stuff.
First Amendment.
Voting. Here, let's talk about Pelosi. Pelosi warns the far-left 2020 Democrats that they risk losing the general election. She says, you must win the Electoral College, she says. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi warned the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates not to stray too far to the left if they hope to win the general election. That's why, hence, Hillary is going to take the place. And I had an article here somewhere, I think I may have already read it, I don't remember, where if they took a vote or a poll and it showed that Hillary, if she was to come in right now, she'd take the lead. Hillary would take the lead right now because I think Bernie's got 18%. Warren's got 13, I believe. The others are in single digits. Hillary comes in at 18 or 9, I think 19%. She would immediately take the lead. And she is center based on these others who are extreme left. So let me finish here. Pelosi's concern is primarily focused on candidates like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders touting their socialist Medicare for all plans and Green New Deal ambitions. What works in San Francisco doesn't necessarily work in Michigan, Pelosi told Bloomberg News. What works in Michigan works in San Francisco, talking about workers' rights and sharing prosperity. Remember November, she added. You must win the Electoral College. Pelosi suggested instead to defend Obamacare, noting it has more broad popularity and doesn't scare off moderates the way universal health care does. Look, as bad as Obamacare is, compared to what they're trying to do, I'd have to agree on that one point, but we don't need that at all either. Okay, so there's a lot of problems with the Democratic Party's candidates. They cannot beat Trump, even with this impeachment BS. And you're probably wondering, why isn't he talking about impeachment? Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be here tomorrow. Okay, we'll get to it. And we're touching on it now. But we got Trump's going to win. He's going to make it because this impeachment's a fraud. It's a joke. Everybody sees it. The whistleblower doesn't even want to talk now. We've kind of figured out who it is. And the Democrats are trying to stack the deck. It's not working. But let's look at this here. We got confusion with Biden. Biden promises to rejoin the peace treaty that ended Vietnam War. Okay? He's out of it. He's not playing with a full deck. Joe Biden says, I'm going to make sure that we rejoin the Paris Peace Accord on day one. The Trump War Room posted with a video to Twitter, the Paris Peace Accords equals a treaty to end the Vietnam War that was signed in 1973, Biden's first year in the Senate. So basically, he's got another gaffe on his hands. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know people make mistakes. I get it. But when you have a person who makes mistake upon mistake upon mistake upon mistake upon mistake, kind of makes you wonder, is he going to be capable to handle the seat as a president at this age, making these kind of gaffes? Oh, but that's just Biden. He makes gaffes. I don't need a president making gaffes. I need a president who knows what he's doing.
I think it's so funny that they excuse him of all of this stuff, and then when Trump makes, some, thing they don't actually like on a tweet or whatever, and it's just blown out all to proportion.
Remember the hurricane?
But Biden is the one that needs to be looked into. He and his son, as far as extortion and things like that, they're the ones that did that, not Trump.
Do you know
but
why?
They just excuse everything that he does.
Do you know why Biden's in the lead? Because the Democrats know that all the other candidates are crazy. They just got to say they're not crazy just to stay unified. And Biden's the only one that seems somewhat sane. That's why they're pushing it. But they would love to get rid of him and put somebody. They want somebody else other than anybody who's up on the platform right now. That's why you got Hillary. I mean, come on, it's so freaking evident. She keeps promoting herself. She keeps pushing it. She's gonna come into the race. When and how, I don't know. And then if she doesn't work, the powers that be, you keep talking about the deep state. People keep saying, oh, there's no such thing as deep state. And yet they're saying it themselves. The deep state has got ownership of the Obamas. I don't care what you think or what you say. I do care, but don't get me wrong. I know, I've studied it, I've seen it, I believe it. You're going to have to do a lot to convince me otherwise. The deep state has ownership on the Obamas, and they're keeping Michelle in the wings. Michelle does not want it for understandable reasons, but she will be called to duty if necessary, if they feel that they're going to lose. They're not doing all this to lose, everybody. They're doing it to win. They're doing it to win. We're going to take a break, come back in a minute.
My wife and I are spending more time on our computer. It's changing the way we live.
Mostly for the better.
Like paying our bills.
Or researching vacation spots.
But there can be a downside.
Right, like fake drugs being sold over the internet.
Because they look real and they seem like a great bargain.
And you can't always tell what's a fake.
Well, we learned the hard way.
At the emergency room.
Thousands of people are scammed into buying counterfeit drugs every day, thinking they're getting a deal. And rather than contain the active ingredient, they may contain dangerous elements like antifreeze, sawdust, or floor wax, resulting in potentially serious health risks. So never buy prescription or over-the-counter drugs online from unknown or unlicensed sources, as they are often dangerous fakes. Counterfeits hurt, but you have the power to stop them. To learn more, go to www.ncpc.org/getreal. Brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance, U.S. Department of Justice.
You wouldn't steal from a department store, would you? Shoplifting doesn't only hurt the store owners, it puts every employee's job in jeopardy. And if everyone shoplifted, it would weaken local economies to the point of unsustainability. The same principle applies to Social Security fraud. People who receive more benefits than they should or illegally get benefits by lying to Social Security aren't just making the system insecure, they're literally stealing from honest taxpayers. Anyone can report fraud anonymously. You can learn more about Social Security's relentless anti-fraud efforts at www.socialsecurity.gov/anti-fraud-facts. We aggressively investigate and pursue prosecution of those who try to cheat and steal from the system. Shoplifting and stealing from your neighbors is morally and ethically wrong. The same goes for stealing from Social Security. If you suspect someone is committing Social Security fraud, report it online at http://oig.ssa.gov/report or call the Social Security Fraud Hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the forest near the side of the road.
No need for alarm, sir. The forest is where bears live.
But this was no ordinary bear.
No ordinary bear?
Yeah, 1 second I'm having a smoke taken in the view. Next thing I know, I am face to face with Smokey Bear.
Let me guess, Smokey had a tip for you.
He did. He must have seen me toss my cigarette on the ground. He told me never to do that because it only takes one spark to start a wildfire.
He's a smart bear. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
That's what Smokey said. I had no idea.
That's why Smokey's famous, and you're not.
Good point.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. It's November 4th, 2019. If you got a last-minute call, give us a call at 866-895-6442. And I've got Raymond on the line. I'm going to put him right on the line real fast because I've got my opinion piece we're going to talk about. Raymond, how you doing, buddy? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. But I don't want to keep it too long, Matt. I know you got to get going with what you're going to have to do. But, just to make it brief and simple to you, Matt, why is this country so corrupted, man? From all aspects of it. It's just, it's just unbelievable for me to just comprehend and take in all the corruption that's going on. All I can do as a citizen is just do my duty, vote, and I'm going to come there vote tomorrow. What else can I do? Try to get the right perspective going on to control the country and put the right people in office. What else can I do? But, I don't want to put you on the spot. I know you got other issues.
I got an answer, Raymond. I got an answer because why is it so corrupt? It's because people don't have good morals. Why don't people have good morals? Probably because it's bad upbringing. Why do they have bad upbringing? Because they probably have been deluded through no God in church, no God in school, this, that, and the other. It's been dissipated. So you keep going back, and it comes to you and I as a human being not being taught the proper ways to live a life and not having a good patriotic heart towards your country and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's what happens. And it gets to the point where it culminates to where we are right now.
Well, I think it's also that the parents are not tuned into their children, and they're not teaching their kids how to think and discern what's right and wrong in this world.
I think it's.
Am I still on the airway?
Yeah, you are, Raymond. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, just one brief deal. Well, God bless you, sir. You saying a mouthful there, because I tell you what, we might have not had much when I was young and I was a kid. But I do say one thing. My mother ruled me with an iron fist, and I had morals, and I respected people. Even if I saw a dog that was hungry, I'd feed him. That's just how my morals are. But you are absolutely right. It's the upbringing, and that's why this society's going to crap. You have yourself...
No, Raymond, hold on a second. Don't go yet. I want to ask you something. You probably heard me talking about the gift I wanted to give for the month of November, and that was giving 5 people 16 to 21 years of age a extremely cheap training seminar for the month of November. Did you hear me talk about that?
Yes, sir, I did hear you talk about that, and whoever these 16 people are, they better be grateful that you're doing that for them.
Well, my point is,
your time.
My point is, you asked a question.
And that's going to be discipline for those people to understand what you're trying to do.
Well, I'm bringing that up for one reason. You said, what else can I do? And when I brought that up, it was because the couple of days prior to that, I said to myself, what can I do? I want to grab some young kids who are young and not polluted yet, and maybe give them something that I've got that may be beneficial to them. So to answer your question, what else can we do? Find some young bucks and some young, what would you call it? Young girl, young Janes. Find a young children that you can maybe persuade or convince, and they look up to you as a leader of somebody with true patriotism, love of country, God, and the whole works.
Sir, that I just want to just say one last thing to you. I don't know you personally. I don't know your family personally, but I will say one thing to you is this. I saw your son came on your program, and he's going to grow up to be a well-respected man. He's well-versed. He got mannerism. And you as a father, you did a very good job, sir, for bringing up your children and whatever aspects in life that they may have. I know they're going to be successful, and I mean every word of that. You have yourself a good day, Matt.
I appreciate it, Raymond. Thank you very much for the call. Thank you. Tried hard. It's like I said before. I lay the framework out for laying the slab. I pour the concrete. And once it hardens, that's at 18 years of age. There's not much more I can do after that point. So I've got to just make sure the concrete's set right. I got the rebar in there. I got the trenches dug, and the forms are right. It's a level platform so that when these guys leave the house, they've got, a good foundation to build a skyscraper or a one-story building. It's totally up to them at that point. All right, Susan, we got a few seconds left here. Why don't you recap on Proposition 4 one more time?
So tomorrow is voting, the day to vote, First Amendment right. So on Proposition 4 is you want to vote yes, and that prohibits the Texas Congress to pass a state tax amendment. So what we want to do is vote yes on Proposition 4 because it prohibits them from passing a state tax.
All right, sounds good. All right, everybody, so don't forget to vote. Appreciate you listening. We're going to call it a day, and until tomorrow, don't forget to keep your powder dry. God bless.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman.